Something I used to struggle with as a neurodivergent is the concept of friendship drift. The idea that over time, me and my friends will inevitably drift apart because life circumstances change. And that has been something I've definitely experienced. And I know it's universal. It's not exclusive to neurodivergence. I think it's a reflection of our times. But I think it's especially hard to swallow as a neurodivergent because finding and keeping friends already is pretty difficult. So that when we lose the few friends we have, we can't help but feel an intense sense of loss as we backslide into earlier phases of isolation. States that we thought we'd progressed beyond, and suddenly we find ourselves, oh, I'm out of friends again. And I've gone through endless waves of friendships and friendship groups where people have come into my life and people have also departed. And whatever reason, like I left the workplace that we used to share, I'm not part of the same social group anymore, I moved away, geography, distance, time, different obligations pulled us in different directions. I still feel sad that those people aren't in my life. And I know that I've also contributed to it as a neurodivergent because I have object impermanence. I can't always think of people, and I don't realize that I have to reach out to them and do a lot of the social maintenance of that relationship. I don't engage in regular communication. I reach out when I think of them, which may not be that often, or when I have something I want to share that I think is relevant to them. That kind of neurodivergent love language of pebbling, like sharing a rock that you find beautiful. I find that's how I engage with people. I thought of you, this is what I want to engage with. This is what I want to share. And I don't do a lot of the normative back and forth check-ins that a lot of people like to do. So I know that I've been responsible as a neurodivergent and that my neurodivergence has factored into that. But I want to stress that friendship drift is this widespread phenomenon that I think is a byproduct of a lack of general social cohesion in our world together. Globalization, pace of life, the online environments distracting us, and also, I think we've just fragmented it as a whole. Once upon a time, the things that brought us together, like community clubs, churches, they were the things that functioned in service of providing social glue. And they've been on the decline. We've been increasingly fragmented into sub-tribes and different interests. Our attention has been pulled in other directions because of social obligations, social media, the immediate stuff that demands our attention. Our circle has shrunk, I guess, and our obligations are now restricted to the people in our immediate circle. And that might just be one or two close friends, partners, and maybe immediate family members. Because we just don't have the bandwidth these days to give the attention that's required to all the relationships that we might have once upon a time. And I also think that is especially the case for neurodivergence because we feel very overwhelmed in day-to-day life. We can't think to actually reach out to people, and we don't have the bandwidth, the social energy to go and do those social touch point interactions. Like, oh, hi, how was your day? Hey, I was thinking of you. And I want to share this with you. And how have you been? Let me fill me in on what's been going on in your life, and then I'll fill you in on my life. Those kinds of connective moments don't happen as often because we just don't have the bandwidth. Yes, we might not think to do it, but we also feel already taxed with the obligations that we have in our life with work, school, our existing immediate relationships. And it's a testament to our fortitude that we still try with friendships despite that. It's not a weakness or a failing on our behalf that we might not participate as actively as we hope to in relationships. It's just evidence that we function differently and our needs are different, and that we're doing the best, most of the time we're doing the best that we can. I want to assume the best of most folks, and that they're trying their best to maintain relationships. And I also want to acknowledge that because of that reason, we are going to struggle a lot more to engage in relationships and to maintain them. And the only thing I can say here is that we can try to use scaffolding techniques to remember to do this. For example, setting reminders to reach out to friends, having check-in conversational topics or messages that we can send that are saved in a document, and just copying and pasting them and using it. It seems a little bit insensitive to use a rote system like that, like we're not thinking of a unique way to reach out to our friends. But a reach out is better than no reach out at all. Have you found yourself struggling with this concept of friendship drift? Have you experienced it in your life? Have you repaired friendship drifts? Have you reached out and been able to reconnect with people? Or has the drift happened and been so substantial that it's really hard to reconnect with people, or that they have not been very responsive? Because I know for myself, I do tend to want to reach out and connect with people, but then I often don't get replies all of a sudden. And then that's kind of the death knell of the relationship. They stop replying, they stop engaging, or they give me a very kind of half-hearted, lazy response where they don't seem to express any interest in me or where I am with my life. or they don't really reciprocate my attempts to want to connect in person and do something together. Have you experienced that? And have you struggled with object permanence, remembering to reach out to people, and with overwhelm, not being able to find the energy to reach out to people? I would love to hear from you.